Hey, what's going on everybody? So, I'm here to talk to you about my mod, Placeable NPCs. So, it's been a long time since I've really done anything with this mod. It's just because I've been busy and I haven't had the time, nor have I really been motivated to really do anything with the mod. So, I'm back at the mod again, updating it, and added a new things, fixed a few things, and I am taking suggestions again. I always have been, but I didn't do them, but now I am. So when you suggest something, I'll probably do it straight away, like an NPC. So yes, I've been busy. Is this mod dead? No, it's not. On the side note, when I looked at my Nexus page for my mod, I saw that it had over 300 endorsements and nearly 11,000 downloads. Now that's quite a big amount. Now, I'd like to thank everyone for supporting me during this mod. Even the people that just downloaded this and have used it. It's just good knowing that people have used something I've created. So, yeah. So recently, I saw a YouTuber use this mod. I've seen a few YouTubers use this mod, but this YouTuber sort of caught my eye because he used this mod in a few episodes of his series. He builds settlements or something. So I watched a few of his videos because I found it interesting. Now, why am I talking about this YouTuber? Now, the reason why I'm talking about him is because in one recent episode, he used my mod, and I didn't have settlers in my mod at that time, and he used a settler, but it wasn't a settler. He used a settler to populate his bar, I think it was. Yeah, or a cave. He made something. He spawned a settler from my mod, but it wasn't a settler. I added an NPC that is called settler, but they're useless. Now, I only added them because they're useless and they die easy as shit. So I don't actually want to spawn it at the moment. But basically, they're under the useless menu. You can kill them by touching them. That's the reason why they're there, just to have some fun. So as a result, I have added settlers, 8 different kinds, 4 females, 4 males, all randomly generated when you place them, and they just do things normal settlers do. Along with that, I've updated the mod so that it works with the official robot DLC, the automatives. I don't actually know what it's called, but the robot DLC, I'll just call it that. So you can now spawn robots with my mod. So if we go to my mod, we go to friendly or some shit, we scroll on, wait for it to load, and we can see with the robot, the DLC robot here, we open that shit up, we can see we've got some robots here. Now they're all friendly because it's in the friendly menu. It's also in the non-friendly menu. Also, in the non-friendly menu, there is one more robot which isn't in the friendly menu, and that is this dude here. He's a template, which is why he's not friendly, because it will just take time. It will take a bit of time. It will take a bit of time, not that long, but it will take time to add him as a friendly, which is why he's not. So, also same reason with the Dark Brotherhood. That's why there's NPCs in this one, and there's not in the other one. Or other than 2. So, along with that, the trader that used to get attacked doesn't anymore. I added the vertibird back into friendly version. It was always there, but it wasn't spawnable because I thought it was useless. But in case someone wants it, there you go. So, along with that, there's now a cheat menu. What is the cheat menu? Basically, if you look what the NPCs produce, that's basically the cheat. So, this NPC adds 5 defense, this NPC adds 100 food, this NPC adds 100 beds, and so on and so on. This NPC removes population. So I have 19 and now I have 15 from spawning him. So just to give you another example, here's 100 food. So my food's 28. It should be 128 after spawning this. There we go, 128, 228, 328, 428, and so forth. So, yeah, along with that, under creatures, I added a dog that someone wanted me to add, and under misc, scroll along past the gorilla. You'll see the Junkyard Dog. So we now have he's wearing goggles. That's kind of funny. So we now have the Junkyard Dog. You can see him roaming around, doing his own thing. So yeah, the only problem at the moment is that these NPCs from the DLC, they just kind of stand there. Now, I haven't tested this, but I'll test it right now because I want to. So we'll test waiting. Usually that fixes that shit. But yeah, I don't know. Probably doesn't. Wouldn't be surprised if he's still there. Alright, he's still there, so that's an issue. Alright, so I'm going to fix that later. So yeah, that NPC's not killable, updated it, works with DLC. Both of them work with the DLC, but if you want the robots from the DLC, you want to use the robot DLC file, because there's now 2 main files, and the one that's associated with the Nexus Mod Manager link is the non-DLC version. So you're gonna have to download. You're going to go to the files and download the Robot one manually of the Nexus link, because it's not linked to the default download. If that makes any sense. So yeah, that's all there is to say. This NPC here that people were saying were getting attacked, this could cause issues in the future, the patch that I did, because recently got some information from someone about this NPC, because I haven't completed the story and I don't really care, and I recently got some information about this NPC, and it may make things, it could screw things up in the future. I don't actually know. I'm just going to see how it goes. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah, don't worry about it. Other than that, this isn't my save, by the way. I recently lost over a terabyte of data, so yeah, I lost all my saves, so I don't have my stuff anymore, and I lost all my mods as well, so that kind of sucks, but oh well. All the mods I've created, not mods that I've downloaded, so yeah. Not much else to really talk about. I think I've covered everything. There's a cheat menu, there's a DLC, works with DLC. Oh yes, the patches have all been moved to the older version section on my Nexus page. Why is this? Because basically, I don't think they're reliable anymore. They can cause issues. They will and can cause issues, depending. Now, even if you don't have the DLC, the robot DLC, whatever it's called, it still updates your Fallout 4.esm. So even if you don't have the DLC, you'll have the menu for it, even if that makes any sense. So yeah, the patches are not reliable anymore, even if you don't have the DLC. Basically, every old version below, what is it? I think it's 1.8.1. I think that is. Every version below that, or that version, is not reliable with Fallout 4 anymore, I don't think. So yeah, so that's been fixed, and yeah, if you want me to add NPCs, let me know, because you know it's not easy trying to find NPCs to add, because there's like probably over 3,000 NPCs in this game, and I'm not going to throw them all into a menu. It'll be too cluttered, and yeah. So if you want an NPC added from the DLC, or even from the vanilla game, just comment and I'll add it. I've been thinking about making a patch. This patch is for the player. Now, the only NPC that will have issues is yourself. So you can spawn yourself in this game. So I can spawn my character, but I did that in the older version, and since it was pulling data from itself, it kind of broke the menus and broke sort of the mod. So if people want me to add a spawnable character, so it spawns a you, like literally a clone of you, and they just walk around in your settlement, you have to let me know, because I'll make a patch for that. It has to be a patch because it'll break the game it'll break my mod if I add it into my main data files. So yeah, that's about all I need to cover. So yeah, have fun with my mod and see you later.